Welcome back to the episode. It's April 1st. We are fresh off of a Michigan getting into the Final Four. Got Arizona around the corner. Playing them 9 o'clock Sunday or Saturday night for a chance to go to the national championship. They had a very dominant conference run up to this or tournament run up to this point. So let's dive in on the Michigan or Bama and Tennessee games, most recent ones, and then a little bit about our Pistons. They're holding water, they holding down the fort while Cade is out. I think I saw it, they're 7-2 without him. Um, Playing some teams really, really tough. Guys kind of going down left and right. Injury management, kind of running through a lot of that right now as we get close to the end of the regular season. So diving a little bit of that as well. But I think we'll spend a good chunk of time on Michigan, just given where they're at in their season. But yeah, Nee, I just want to kick it over to you and just kind of, summarize your thoughts around Bama game, Tennessee game, and what you think about talk about obviously Arizona matchup going forward too.
Yeah, no, I guess the best way to summarize those two games very quickly would be cruising through the SEC. Like it was just we were slicing and dicing in both games. I mean, you look at it, we've hit no less than 90 points in it throughout the tournament so far. Um, we have a 100-point game at 95, 90 and a 95 again. So we are just really firing on all cylinders. And that
Rolling.
Alabama game, the first half, I think they hit upwards of like 9, 10 threes, just jacking shots up, and they were firing. So looking at that game in the first half, obviously a little bit of nerves because you're seeing just how well they're playing. But I remember texting a few different people. I was like, they're gonna have to hit all of 23s just to keep this pace because they were shooting like 35% from the field outside of them threes they were hitting. That's just the smothering defense that we have. And then second half adjustments, we turned it off on them. Completely different second half. Tennessee, they had a great little 8-10 minute opening stretch there, and then that was their best shot. And then after that, we just leaned on them. And you know, I'm sitting there in the living room. We're up literally 35, 33 points, and I'm like, we should probably pull the starters. And that was with 8 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So I think like the 5 minute mark, slowly starting to pull them out. So team firing on all cylinders. We're controlling the half court. We're getting out and running when we want to. We are defending pretty well. We're getting damn near any shot we want to up at any point in time. So I think it's just the matchup of this juggernaut matchup versus Arizona is just you know the perfect boiling point to where we are in the season here.
Yeah, and I'm with you there, man. I think it's been impressive to watch them. They've been dominant. Um, like you said, I don't know. I think that Michigan football boa constrictor analogy is starting to just really like starting to kind of like stick more. I feel. Um, they like you said, teams kind of hang around. Maybe the first like Bama, they kind of were able to hang around the first half, and then Michigan just kind of was able to pull away, and then Tennessee, they only had about 10 minutes in them before Michigan just completely turned it on and just like left no doubt, pretty much. So, not pretty much, me, won by about 30 plus. So yeah, it's great to see. I think the thing that this has me, it's great to see overall, and just looking forward to Saturday, and just I think like Yaxel is just really kind of like starting to like put his stamp on the season. I think that we talked about a couple times, head of the snake. I think during the season, a little passive here and there. They able to kind of sleepwalk and kind of get through games, and but I think now, like I think that's if I got in his ear and was like, it's go time. We got to really just um get it going. And I like how he's been like coming out like super aggressive. I think he had like 20 in the first half, or he had a pretty high number going in the at the end of the first half against Bama, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
20 exactly, but I think he like just he's been getting active early.
for
Um,
sure.
and I think that just does well for the team. Like he's probably the guy that is like a mismatch nightmare. I don't think anybody has an answer for him. So like he can really kind of get what he wants, do what he wants. He's shooting a three. like incredibly well right now. I think he's like 4 or 5 one of the last 2 games over the past weekend. So it's been good to watch. And these yeah, just need him to just kind of just do it, not kind of need him definitely do it, these next couple of games here so he can bring the trophy back home, back to Ann Arbor.
Right. No, just to kind of continue what you're saying about Yaxter Lindenborg. It's just I remember we were talking throughout the year. So back in November, the whole team was eating. Everybody eats B. People were taking off. He had some monster games, and then kind of just the law of the Big Ten. We were still winning games, but his stat line was looking a lot more like 14-6. 13-9 one game. Just solid stat lines, but nothing too crazy. But you look at it this in this couple of tournament games here, he's averaging 21, 7-4. Shooting 50% from three and 80% from the free throw line. So he's like you said, 50% from three. He doesn't even want to have to pull that shot. I think that's kind of like a heat check for him, or if the defense is just completely lagging off him, he'll do it, but it's not one of his go-tos. What I do like that he has put in his arsenal is he gets the rebound and he completely takes off with a full head of steam, kind of like the point forward.
Hmm.
When he really pushes that, one or two things happen. Either he gets the easy dunk. We can think of two or three, whether it's a St. Louis dunk or he had another one versus Tennessee, um, or the tip slam that whatever that was that wasn't a tip slam, but just good things happen when he pushed that ball. Second thing that happens is he really pushed the ball. The defense kind of sets, but then it's a mismatch because he's a point forward. He has the ball in his hand. The defense are kind of on their heels because they used to Elliot Cadeau having it or whatnot. And I think just him putting that in his arsenal is really kind of putting the defense on his heels. So I think as he goes, we go. And I really like to see him continue to press and press because I think he's not selfish at all. Even in that last game, there was a couple of times where if I'm him, I'm pulling that extra shot or I'm going in for that dunk, and he's dropping it off to another defender or another player, making that extra pass. And I guess we can just to kind of talk about that. You talk about the team. I'm sure you've seen a video on YouTube or Twitter of just the textbook of what it looks like to not be selfish and to pass the ball, get an open man, get not a good shot, not a great shot, the best shot available on display. There's a couple of those sequences going around of just the team of how we're flowing that ball, moving it from corner to corner, giving up good shots for great shots, giving them great shots for the best shot we can possibly get. And I think if the team was firing on all cylinders like that, I don't care, how good Arizona is. We we're gonna be hard to stop.
Yeah, they hit it right on the head. I think major key is going to be just, they give them guys down low, stay out of foul trouble. I think another thing that just gives me a slight concern, free throws. I feel like that can, not terrible, but there's some times where I feel like they lose
Yeah.
a lot of points at the free throw line. And I just got and the guard plays has to be tight. I know that, Arizona, they got some pretty good guards. They got a guy, I think he's like a junior or a senior, plays really well. I don't think his last name, I think his name is Bradley. Yeah. Leads him in assists. With Cadeau, I think he kind of broke out that little slump, that he had just kind of playing Duke and kind of going towards the end of the regular season to where, I think he had like 17 against Alabama. Yeah, just need good play from him. And yeah, Trey McKinney, and Trey McKinney and Roddy Gale. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you guys been playing really, really well off the bench. McKinney, I mean, he looks like a sophomore now. I mean, he just looks so comfortable. He's playing point
Yeah, he's
guard.
eight. He's eight amongst
Yeah,
our very own eyes. Yeah.
yeah, he's playing point guard. Just able to bring the ball up, handle it more. Roddy Gale, yeah, I see they call him like March Roddy because he kind of shows out during tourney time, and he's just had some very like timely plays and just hitting shots. So I think yeah, he's these types of games, I feel like they can come down to role players, kind of stepping up and making some big time plays to get the team over the hump. It's gonna be a close game, it's gonna be a tight game. So I just looking forward to seeing how they rise to the occasion.
No, 100%. You spoke on a close game. These big players stepping up for the whole tournament. I've been joking, I've been screaming at my house, screaming at my wife and my kids. I'm like, Cheddar has to hit one this game. Like, and I think same with that. There's no better time than if you're gonna hit two threes in a game in your last
Yeah.
season. Why not this Final Four game?
Little cheese.
Yeah, McKinney. I think we talked early in the season. Why is he not playing more? And then throughout the year, he has some big moments for us. And then now he stepped up his just with injuries and whatnot. So it is cool to kind of see him, like you said, kind of mature amongst our eyes. And he
Hmm.
hasn't even played at the clip he can hit. So it's I still think he could have a 4 or 5 3-point game, and it's not
Yeah.
I wouldn't be it's in his DNA, it's in there. So um no, we got all of the pieces. It's just a matter of putting them together right. Um, I'm sitting there looking. What would you say our biggest Achilles heel has been this so far throughout the season? Um,
I probably had maybe free throws and maybe I think sometimes they can turn the ball over a little bit too much.
okay, okay, I like both of those. I was gonna say like defending the 3-point shot and just kind of the
Yeah,
you,
yeah. No, I
yeah.
take that.
So
That one. I take the yeah
yeah, no.
that
So
one
I'm
too.
looking and all year. I mean, it's not a horrible, but all year Arizona's hit 200 threes. So they don't really shoot them that much.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So so that's 36%. I mean, that's a solid percent, but that's looking here, they shot 555 and hit 200. That's 36%. We've shot 855 and hit 308.
Mm.
So I think I think that could be a deciding factor in this game as far as we can I think we can explode at a higher clip than they can. And I'm
Yeah.
still in a couple analysts, but I watched they said Arizona when they beat teams, they typically um just kind of slow grind on them. But they said Michigan they'll drop 20 points on you in a 5 minute span. And they said
Hmm.
that Arizona's that has been smacked around like that yet. So if you can get in there and smack them around like that, they don't have the ability to put up points quickly. Is kind of what they were saying.
Okay.
They want to more beat you up. Um, and I actually meant to look the stat up earlier, but I mean that's 108 more threes made on the season. So I mean that's night and day different. That's
Yeah. Most
yeah.
definitely. Yeah. That's wow. That's crazy. Yeah, they definitely like to pound it
We actually
inside.
work it out. That's the same percentage, 36% from three.
Okay.
It's kind of great, but
How many threes a game is that? You said 555,
yeah,
and they would play what 38 games. That's one of those things. I mean, that's like
14 a game.
yeah. I mean, I gotta be curious to see how many Wisconsin shoots a game. Like some of them
And we
teams that
shoot
was lighting
we
us.
shoot like 20 a game.
Okay. So like that kind of plays into Michigan's hand defensively.
Hmm.
Obviously got to defend the three, but like you don't have the team just firing them off like that.
And I
Um,
think you look at like a Tennessee, they wanted to kind of beat you up, and they just quickly realized it worked for
yeah,
8 minutes.
yeah,
It worked for yeah, but as soon as then they hit a couple of early threes, but as soon as those stop falling and they reverted back to who they are, we just the onslaught happened. So I think I'm hoping in probably a closer version than that. That's kind of how this game works out.
hmm,
Um, we can just the runs that we can generate will be hard for them to stop. Maybe it's a close game, 2, 3, 4 point game with 3 minutes to go, and then we can hit them on that 11-0, 10-0 run,
yeah,
and kind of put a nail on them.
for
Kind of.
sure. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be. I think it'll start off as kind of like a slugfest. I could definitely see it being a game in like the 70s, 80s, which would be a little lower compared to what they. Well, I'd say actually that's probably really right on par with they average overall. A little bit less, but you know, I think I think what'll happen is Michigan will like lean on them, and I think that plus the pretty much the home crowd. I think that's gonna really I think that'll be the deciding factor. I don't know if I give a quick score prediction before we dive into the Pistons a little bit. I'll start. I think I'm gonna say score will be 79. to 68, Michigan.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go. Let me go 90. I'm going 90-79, Michigan. I
So
think.
yeah, no,
I think
looking
that.
forward to it. Yeah, I mean this, so we said it very early on this year, Final Four bust, and they're here now. So he's got two more they got to knock out. Um, but yeah, can fit it. Shift gears here over to our Pistons. Um, holding down without Cade currently. They playing teams tough, getting some big time wins. Kevin Herter finally decided to enter the chat. Dennis Jenkins is playing great. You even got guys doing a little bit of injury management here and there, and they're still just showing up playing hard every night. Yeah, just want to kind of see your thoughts on how things have looked on the last couple of weeks for our Pistons.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm still, I guess, pissed or hurt that kid got hurt. But I guess I'll say this: the fact that the team, how well they're playing, just gives me hope that I know that Cade's a fighter and he's going to want to come back and play with this squad. They're looking like damn near championship caliber team. Many men down every night. So the fact that they're sitting there winning games, chipping away, keeping that, I think they've locked up the playoffs since he's been out, and they're maintaining that first seed, keeping that buffer within there.
Yeah,
So I mean, you can't ask for nothing more from the squad. And it's great to see kind of the wealth get spread around a little bit. Karis LeVert, Dennis Jenkins, you talked about. Durns has some monster games. It's like some 30 and 14 type games. So I
yeah.
think
Ooh, that
it's good to
Max
kind of
Deal
see the
boy,
around as well too. I know we gonna have
186.
to.
You have no
What would his
choice.
max be?
I think it's gonna be around 186 million, right? I think I
I
saw
think I
that.
think it'd be more than that. Oh, you saw more? Okay. But yeah, no, it just give him his money. I know that, but no, it's um, in general the team. It, they're in a weird spot because I think without knowing when K is going to come back, you just have to operate as if you probably won't have him back the rest of this play until the playoffs at least.
Yeah,
So you got, I think you said earlier, 9 games. You got 9 games. We've always tried to maintain that first seed, so whatever it takes to lock that up, and then just keep playing your heart out. And then I think potentially the blessing in disguise is because people were forced to step up. Cade does come back, and then Kevin Herter's on, Duncan Robinson is on, the Vert is on, and even if we have a Cade at 80%, but we have all those guys playing at their maximum level, that we can mold through some playoff series. It's kind
right.
of but
Yeah, no, I think 'cause I'm just trying to kind of pull the schedule up now because if I'm not mistaken, I mean, yeah, playoffs start 18 days, so they'll be done with regular season games here probably like the next like week and a half. So I don't know. I mean, if they're able to, finish as the one seed, get some rest, you know, start to look, I probably next week will start to kind of look at potential matchups. They got the plan and everything. So not gonna really know who they got until like that, like Saturday or something like
yeah,
that,
right.
Friday. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you hope they can just, go 1-1, 2-0 if they need to. I think if we get Cade back at 85%, I mean, the way this team's been playing without him, I think we'll be able to, I think we are going to be able to advance to the second round for the first time in quite a while in the playoffs. And even,
Yeah.
I mean, win a home playoff game. We'll start there. But yeah,
No, that is the first hurdle. That is the first hurdle. Um, but no, it's devastating. I think it's the best way to put it with the K thing because it's like
yeah,
just how well he was playing and just to spend a moment on this, just how fast a player can fall out of like like I remember every time I'd open my YouTube, it would be Kate Cunningham MVP talk, Kendrick Perkins talking about it, and Gilbert Arenas talking about it, and then it's just he get hurt, and then it's
well,
just
it's
boom,
gone.
gone.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Victor Wembanyama, this and this, and it's like, damn, like, he robbed of his moment. So I'm hoping um he can come back and his moment can be in the playoffs.
For
Come back and
sure.
then have that real take him on the Eastern Conference Finals run and let him know, hey, yeah, you screwed me on X, Y, or Z, but hey, this is clearly we're still here to stay.
Right.
But no, that's kind of. But no, the rest of the squad's keeping them afloat. I don't know. I mean, you can't really ask for much more, man. They're hooping. They're still playing physical. Bickerstaff still getting in referees' faces. It's still it's still
Yeah.
business as usual.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they got. I mean, I
I
just.
think Star's back. Uh,
Yeah, that injury didn't look
uh,
good at first.
yeah, yeah. No, you scared me the way when you were talking about it. And I was like, damn. I was like, maybe I'm missing. But no, he's
Yeah.
back. He's rolling. So um, positive things happening, man. It's just keep that first seed locked up. Uh, and then I would like to hopefully see a timeline of what Cade can do or when he can possibly come back. Is
Yeah. I think it's so no
starting jaw
tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, I did hear he's
Okay,
been
yeah,
doing
you
some light, doing some like light workouts, like just I don't know what the extent means, but I feel like that sounded like pretty big from like what he wasn't able to do. Like I mean, they say you couldn't even like you can't even fly a plane with a collapsed lung. Like probably had to kind of sit down and kind of be a little immobile for a little bit. So that now he's up and out. Like I saw him on the bench last
hey,
night.
shit, we can drive. Man, we can drive his ass to Cleveland for a series.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for real.
Drive him out to New York a couple times.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, he's kind of
Uh,
robbed of the moment, but you hope that, he can, like you said, get in the playoffs and do his thing.
right. Yeah. No, I'm feeling good about it though, and we got yeah. No, we got a minute to go here, but no. Uh, I'm hoping we can come out here next week and we hopefully with another championship banner because we don't record again until Wednesday. So we're gonna have Final Four. Yep. But yeah, no, go blue, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Be with y'all next week. Peace out.
It's